do that. I can make it a bit louder, actually. There we go. That probably sounds good. So this is now a stream debugging stream. It's a little bit meta. Hang on, let me add a thing. Okay. There we go. Now you know what's going on. Bleh. So here's the problem. I don't think that display variable doesn't help. So I run the thing, and it appears on my screen, but it doesn't appear on the stream. I don't know why. It's supposed to appear in the Zephyr window, but it doesn't. I feel like my mic is still too quiet. Is that any better? Oh well. So, I have disabled Wayland support in GLFW. So it shouldn't be connecting to Wayland. So it must be connecting. This must be an X window then. No, it's not. That is a Wayland window, but I've compiled it without Wayland support. How does that work? I'm very confused. Whoops. So it's not connecting to X Wayland. It's actually connecting to Wayland. I want it to connect to Zephyr specifically. Hello. We're still debugging stream issues. If you've got any idea why a GLFW application might connect to Wayland even though Wayland support is not enabled, please do let me know. I think possibly GLFW just, because it's loading the system GLFW library, maybe it just does what it wants. There's supposed to be, you're supposed to be able to see what I've been working on, but I can't make it appear on the stream. I'm very sorry. I've been dealing with this for 40 minutes. There must be something in the GLFW documentation. Is there a way to make sure it can't use Wayland? Ah, the audio level is quite low. I was trying to fix this. Ooh, that might be too high now. How does that sound? Unfortunately, this audio interface is really not very good. I think I need a better one. That sounds like it might be too loud now. The slider in OBS is all the way at the maximum at the moment, so I don't have any Yeah, I think this make it any better. Ooh. How does that sound? Is that louder? How's that level? Legible is a good word. Normally applies more to writing, I think, but it could apply to voice as well. It shouldn't be possible for it to connect to Wayland. I'm going to have to breaking out strace. It's getting serious. So let me copy. What was the command I used? those. Oops. Oh, that's a good point. You read people on the radio. That's a very good point. So target debug service. Oh. Aha. Nope, that still didn't work. Oh, but this is in a different window. Display equals :10. Wayland display equals nothing. Well, no, I should unset Wayland display, I suppose. Yeah, hang on. Set dash U G Wayland display, and then do that. This might create a loud. Oh no, I've got the desktop audio muted, so it shouldn't create any noise. Okay. There's no mention of Wayland in this log. Ah, no, it is loading libwayland client .so. But it's supposed to be using X11. It's supposed to be connecting to Zephyr. Can I start Xterm in the Zephyr? Can I do that? Oh, that works. Okay. But then why doesn't... Ah. So I can make Xterm appear. Well, of course, Xterm isn't going to talk to Wayland because it's an X11 thing. It only does X. Ooh. Ah. Okay, in the meantime, I've found a way to add gain. Is the audio better now? Excellent. All right, I shall leave the audio settings where they are then. So how can I make GLFW not load the Wayland client? That's my current problem. How does something connect to Wayland? How does it know how to connect to Wayland? I think that's what I want to know right now. So if I know that, then maybe I can find a way to prevent it from connecting. I did not expect to be reading Wayland documentation while trying to get my stream working. Oh dear. The Wayland display is unset. So surely that should tell the application you can't do Wayland. So someone is suggesting we use I'm not sure that's gonna work. Nope. Can I force GLFW to use X11? Let's see, GLFW envars. Are there any environment variables that it reads? The XDG session type environment variable affects which platform is picked. So if I set XDG session type, I might have found the solution. I set that to X11. Oh my god, there it is! Yes! And there it goes again. Ahaha! Right, this is it. I just need to do that. Hooray! Okay. We can stream now. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Let's see, so now you can't hear this, but it's I can close X eyes now as well. That was just for debugging. Close that. Right. Yeah, you can't hear what's going on, but it's actually making a really annoying sound, so I'm going to make it stop doing that. Where does the sound thread get started? Ooh, what's that error? Use of undeclared type mutex. Well, that can't be right. Must be an issue with the thing, the Vim plugin. Okay, right. I'm just going to disable the sound thread for now in the laziest way I possibly can. Cool. Oh, I forgot I was going to do this as well. Da, 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 da. Stick that image in the corner just for fun. There we go. All right. Can close that window. Let's make this a little bit bigger, shall we? At least now I've solved this problem. The next time I do this stream, or a stream like this, I will know how to fix the problem. It's just some cropping going on. There we go. Now I can make that a bit bigger. Yeah, there we go. Maybe need to crop it a little bit more, don't I? Perfect. All right. Well, it took me more than an hour to get the stream ready to go. And unfortunately that means it's been so long I need to go to the toilet now. So we will get to coding some shaders very soon. But I'm just going to briefly disappear. I will be right back. All right. Here we go. Now I've got to remember how this code works. And why am I getting that error as well? That's really weird. Fail resolve use of undeclared type arc. Why? I'm importing arc there. Oh, maybe because it's behind that feature? I guess it should... how does it know that the feature is on? I wonder. If I comment that out, does that error go away? Where was it? Yes? I've forgotten where it was. Okay, well, never mind that. That's not a worry. So, somewhere in here, there is a shader. Here we go. So this is an OpenGL shader. And this is what generates our thing, the image that will go on the big LED screen. Now currently, oh no, wait, where's my Rubik's Cube? Hang on, I need to go and find my Rubik's Cube. Ah, there we go. For some reason, the microphone just became disconnected. I blame OBS. Always blame OBS. Right, so I was telling everyone what I'm doing. What I'm actually supposed to be doing on this stream. Indeed, it wouldn't be live streaming if there weren't issues. Considering this is my first live stream on YouTube, it's going not too bad, honestly. So yes, right. So you can see. Tell you what, this is a good opportunity to add another piece of text to my stream. There we go. Oh. Ah, no. Oh no, how do I? Ah. Oh, I've made this too small now. There we go. Right. Ta-da! Now anyone who joins will understand what that random thing is in the corner of the screen. Cool. So that thing up there, that gets mapped onto the faces of the cube, which will all be big LED panels. But currently, it's just snapping directly from one state to the next state every time there's a twist. And currently there's random twists just being applied for testing purposes. So what I want to do is animate it so that rather than immediately jumping to the next position, there's actually a twist so that it looks pleasing on the screen. I have no idea how I'm going to do that, so let's figure that out. So that's the thing that randomizes the things. Where is the shader? Here's the shader. So the shader is going to need to know not just the current color of the facelet, but also the color of, well, the next color and the direction to move the thing in, which is not actually as easy as it sounds. So let's have a look. So currently, yeah, there's an input here called uColors, and that's 50. There's 54 items in there. Why is that not 45? I think, do I only use the first 45? I do. So that's all of the faces, but I only use the first 45 of them. So maybe what I want is to specify, so the shader will need to know the previous color of each facelet, but in some cases that's not enough. I think. because the center face of the cube, the center of a face that is being twisted, if you were to draw the outline of a square in the center and hold that still and twist the thing, you would see in the corners of that square the colors of the edges around it as well. So I need more than just what was the previous color. I think I need a bunch of different cases. I need the center is probably the trickiest one because there's 4 other colors I need to consider at the same time. I wonder if the easiest way to do this is to consider an entire face at once rather than just one facelet. Do all of the shader maths for that. And then kind of crop it. Does that make sense? Well, that's definitely the more difficult case. I think the easiest case, I could simulate the entire cube, actually do rotations, and then just render it from 45 different points of view. That would work. So the easy case is if it's on an edge of a face that's being rotated. Because in that case, it just needs to slide one of the colors out and the other one in. An edge on the face that is being rotated, that's going to see part of the corner, part of the center, and then the next edge that takes its place. This is complicated. I think I've made this difficult for myself, but in the way that I've specified the colors. What do I actually put into there? Yeah, so that's just the entire state of the cube, which currently doesn't include the magic to map that to a different thing. Okay, let's start off with an easy thing. Let's have a uniform called animpos. It's going to be the animation position. And I might also need something that says previous state. So I'll have you, oops, too many underscores, previous colors and the current colors. Oops. Prev colors, current colors. And then, where was that used? So that's the current colors. Previous colors needs to be, do I maintain that somewhere? I think I'm going to need the cube state to maintain what the colours looked like before. What type is cube? It is a type cube. So maybe the cube type is that's imported from somewhere else, isn't it? Which I think is cube model. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so it just has an array of faces. So maybe I should add into here rev faces. Now where is faces updated? That's a new one. So I'll need to add in pref faces there. Ooh, can I do faces.clone? Is that a thing that I can do? Maybe. Ooh, got an error somewhere now. Oh yeah. Fine. Okay. Face. Where is cube implemented? Is this the right place to do this? Yeah. Yeah, so you're right. Maybe I should just do that. It is written in Rust. It is all Rust. Even the code that runs on the microcontroller that reads the paddle switches, that is also Rust. Maybe I should have a wrapper around the cube state instead of making this part of the cube state. Because it's not really anything to do with the cube state. Yeah, I changed my mind. Let me restore that. So I suppose I should have an entire copy of the cube state. Yeah, that'll be an easier way of doing it, won't it? Where do we create the cube? Somewhere here. Cube new. Let's have another one called prev cube. And anywhere we update the cube, so if we just set the state, unwrap.deserialize, yeah. I think even if I change the approach, there's still some things that I'm going to need in here anyway that I can write now. prevcube.lock.unwrap. Is there a copy from? I need to copy it from. Yeah, let's do that like this. prevcube.lock.unwrap there. And prevcube.lock.unwrap.copy from C. I think there's a thing called copy from. No. Oh, I can just call deserialize again, can't I? Whoa! It's all purple. That's weird. Okay. Prevcube. This code is going to be horrible, but never mind. Oh, actually, I don't need to do that in there. That's much simpler. Okay. What? It's all gone purple again. Why is that? That must be a bug in Vim. Okay, so now, whenever it's twisted, that's the more interesting case, because client event set state. Yeah, that's when the client sets the state, but now when the actual cube device sends a twist command. Here we go. So I want to do that. No, not that. I want the previous cube how did I spell it? Was it like that? I think it was. Yeah, so I think I want to do this again. Lock it first. Oops. Where was that? Okay. Deserialize C dot serialize. Have I spelled this correct? Yes. I could probably implement a faster way of doing that, but for now, never mind. And then I can do that twist. I probably will need to at some point record what twist it was so that I can deduce what kind of animation to do. For now, I'm going to ignore that. So now we should have... Okay, first of all, does this still run? No. What have I done wrong? Oh, expect this to have found string. Fine. That's easy to fix. That should work, right? That needs to be mutable. And that one as well. And that one. And... oh no! U colors undeclared. In the shader. Yes. Because it's now called cur colors. So where is it? So that wants the current colors. Haha! Okay. Cool. So that all still works. But now we should also have access to the previous colors. Did I set them correctly? No. So I want to know the previous colors. Oops. As well as the current colors. I'll call it prev cols. And this is going to be prev cube state. Which is not currently passed into this thread. I will need to pass it in, like so. Copy prev cube state, and this function needs to take that as an argument. Cool. Now that should work. Okay. So, so let's just fade from one to the other for now. Obviously that's not going to be a particularly good animation, but it will let us know if this works. New anim pos. So whenever there is a twist, I need to, yeah, so whenever I do when I update this in twist, I want to also update some variable that tells me when the twist happened, so I can figure out how far through the animation I should be. Oops. How do I do this? I need to create an instant. Let's go and read some Rust documentation. Rust stud time instant stud time instant now. I think I've got it already imported. So that is when the thing happened. This is also going to have to be some shared state between the threads, so just like this. Might be enough enough state that I want to put this in a structure. Let's call it twist info. Twist non time none. So we're going to need a struct called twist info. It has a twist and a time. They're both optional. The twist is going to be of type twist. The time is going to be of type instant. Last twist. Failed to resolve use of undeclared. Oh yeah, it's that again. Why? Never mind. Okay. So that's going to tell us when the last twist happened and what it was, and that's going to enable us to do some so let's just rebind this, well, clone it, bind it to the same name, I can pass it into there, and I can use it in here. So I can do last twist dot lock dot unwrap dot twist equals twist, and time equals t. In fact, I might as well not bother bind that, just do it like that. Okay, so we'll know when the twist happened. Instant. It is safe to pass an instant across between threads, right? I think that's fine. I think that's fine. We'll find out. Okay. So this probably doesn't work. Oh yes, of course. I'm doing sub. Yep, and we need to know the last twist. When we launch this thread. Oh no, I've already put it there. It's in here. Well, no, it's not that simple, is it? It is an arc mutex twist info. Spelled mutex wrong. There we go. Haha. All right. So now I want to figure out how long it's been since the twist. Actually, I might make the test device take a bit longer between twists. There we go. Let's make it take 3 seconds to move from one twist to the next. And then in the rendering thread, where is that? Here. So this thing, here we want to calculate how long it's been since the last twist. So that's going to be last twist dot wait, no, if let last time, if let sum t equal last twist dot time, d equal last twist dot time. No, now I want instant now minus last twist dot time. So that is going to be how long it has been since the last twist. Now, how do I turn a duration into, let's turn it into milliseconds. Ooh, as millis F32, that sounds like what I want. D as millis F32. And I want that to go into unimpos shader.unimpos dot set that, but not quite that, because I want it to be capped. Well, I want it to go from 0 to 1 in, I don't know, 300 milliseconds. So let's divide that by 1,000, multiply it by no, I want to multiply that by 3. What do I want to do? I want to divide it by 300, I think. Yeah. But then I also want to cap that at 1. So if I do dot min 1, so hopefully that now does the right thing. And I think otherwise, if there isn't a recent twist, we should just set it to 1. Does that work? No. What's wrong? Ah, yes. Because that is not what that's called. Unknown field time in, oh yes. Last time dot lock dot unwrap, and then we can use LT, no, not last time, last twist. Still done something wrong. It's not time. Yes, that needs to be LT as well. Oh, no implementation. Oh, no implementation for option minus instant minus option instant. Yeah. So I need to subtract. Yeah, this is another case of there needs to be some time. Let's some twist. Let's some T. I can just use T. Of course, that's why I bothered to do that. As Millie's F32. Oh no. Oh, that's a nightly feature. Okay. Is there as Millie's? There is. So. That's annoying. Okay. As Millie's. Turn that into a float 32. Like that. And divide by 300. Okay. Cool. It's doing exactly what it was before. But now we're ready to make it do something else. Okay. So now, in here, where we calculate the color, we can calculate it twice. But the second one is going to be calculated, well, the first one is going to be calculated from the previous color. And then we want to mix the two. So this one wants to be multiplied by 1 minus u animpos. Oops. And this one wants to be multiplied by u animpos. But I want to add that. Can I do? Is that valid? Is that valid GLSL? No. What have I done? Base redeclared. Oh, yeah. So let's call this prev base. That one is the same anyway. That doesn't depend on the color. So let's do like that. Prev base in there. And now, hopefully, alas, No animation. Why doesn't that work? Okay. Let's see if the duration thing is actually being calculated properly. Where is it? It's in this function. Let's do all that math there. I can just set that to D, and I can debug D. Oops. Well, that seems to work. But then in the shader, that's not doing what I expect. So, oh, have I forgotten to use, oh no, I'm using the right colors. Prev base. So what if I comment this out? I should just have the whole cube fade out. Yeah, okay. That works. And then I can do that. But then when I add that to it, okay, let's so now this should fade in every time. Yes. So why doesn't it work when I do that? Is it all the same data? Am I not updating the thing correctly? Ah, yes. There we go. I want previous colors. Ah, no, not that way around. There. Previous colors should be written correctly. And now this should smoothly fade. Hey, there we go. Now let me get rid of the debugging thing. Don't need that anymore. All right. Hey, I made some progress in this stream. It now fades from the previous state of the cube to the next state of the cube across several hundred milliseconds. Would be nice if I had a preview of what that actually looks like on a cube. It's kind of hard to visualize what twists are going on when it's just the raw frame buffer for the LED panels. But it's working. It's fading. Awesome. I wish I had time to do more than that today, but given that I spent the first hour of the stream debugging issues with stream setup stuff, might have to leave it there for now. Figure out, maybe I'll spend some time off stream figuring out how I actually want to implement, figuring out what should go in each square. I may end up changing this to just model the entire cube as a cube and yeah, sort of render from 45 different camera positions. But I will figure that out off stream, and then I will come back and do another stream, hopefully, maybe sometime soon, where I make the shaders look nice, which is what I hoped I would be doing later on in this stream, but the best laid plans, right? Thank you all for everyone who joined in. There was 6 of you. So thank you for joining in, keeping me company while I slowly went insane, dealing with Wayland and X11. And hopefully I will see you in another stream soon. Huh. Now I have to figure out where the stop streaming button is. There it is. Alright, see you in the next one. Bye bye.